Well, I want to talk now to one of the business leaders gathering in Paris for that Meta Summit we were telling you about. He built his company into one of the largest advertisers in the world through aggressive acquisition and attracting clients including McDonald's, Kellogg's, Toyota and General Motors, just to name a few. He's Maurice Levy, Chairman and Chief Executive of Publicis Groupe. Levy has held both roles for more than 20 years now. Mr. Levy, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. We do appreciate it. Now, you have dozens of global clients, as we were saying, many of them American, many of them British. So what is the main difference between the Europe and the US in terms of the way you deal with your clients and reach out to consumers?
Most of the clients are today global, and there is no major differences in dealing with the clients, because what is the most important thing in our business is how to reach the consumer. And consumers today are very difficult to reach because they are in many different places. It's no longer like in the good old time where they were sitting and watching TV, and it was very easy to send them one single message. And thanks to the digital world, things are becoming much more complex, much more difficult, and at the same time much more interesting, because consumers have a voice and the dialogue with the consumer is much richer today.
And tell me, which countries are doing well right now? Which countries are coming out of recession? Which parts of your business are doing well?
I will surprise you, but the numbers that we are seeing from the US are very strong. And if you look in Europe, we have a situation which is quite contrasted, with the UK, which is coming back quite strongly, in continental Europe, the two markets which are doing relatively well are France and Germany. More difficult markets are the southern belt, as well as the Nordic region. The old Eastern Europe countries, which I have joined the European Union recently, are doing much better.
So when it comes to these countries that you're worried about, you speak about the southern European nations, how long do you think it's going to take for these markets to recover?
It's difficult to say, because there are a lot of blimps in the market today, in the road, and it's difficult to know exactly when we will have a total recovery. I believe that what we will be seeing is some ups and downs before getting to a normal trend of recovery. There are a lot of issues which are still ahead of us, like sovereign debts and what will happen with Basel III or Solvency II. All these are issues which may well have an impact on the possibility of getting access to the credit.
Let me ask you, because your achievements are quite remarkable. The company doubled in size through aggressive acquisition, as we were saying. Do you have anything in the pipeline right now, any acquisitions in sight?
We have a few acquisitions in sight. We have one important in Brazil, and we have a few other negotiations in the US, in Europe, but also in China. But the strength of Publicis Groupe has not been so much in the acquisition. It's much more in the fact that we have today an offering which is fitting extremely well the needs of the client, and our organic growth is the best of the industry nowadays, as well as our margins. So I believe that we have today something which is quite unique and which is exactly what advertisers need, and that is probably the reason why we have a window of success currently.
Okay, Mr. Maurice Levy, Chief Executive Officer of Publicis Groupe, appreciate your time. Thank you very much.